Welcome back to the Nomadic review. My name is Cassidy, or Mrs. Nomad if you're new here, but today we're going to talk about the new season of Fortnite. Fortnite just dropped a brand new season, and while it may look shiny, we're going to peel back a couple layers because we have a lot to unpack here. From a faster storm, to a weird progression system, to vehicles that are basically non-existent. Let's get into my honest take. From the moment this season loaded up, it had a new vibe to it, but it also felt not new for some reason. I don't know how to feel about that. The other thing I don't know how I feel about, the Tsunami replacing the Battle Bus. I don't know how I feel about it. I get the storyline, I potentially get some of the reasons. I don't think it's a big change from the Battle Bus. In fact, I think it deters you from paying for gliders, getting things like that, because you can't get very far in the map. Now, speaking of the map, I did really like the map. I think it throws good callbacks to previous seasons, and I really enjoyed the amusement park. That was actually where we first dropped into, and it will probably hold a special place in my heart this season. I just think it's a fun, cute little area. Now, I feel like the storm is faster this season. I feel like we were constantly on the run, especially if you start out at the edge of the map, which the Tsunami is in a way making you do if you're not prepared for it. Now, this is really gonna cut down your time strategizing, and instead of picking a place, securing that area, really getting into the strategy of it, you're running and some more running. The upside of this is I am not quite as mad when I get 4th place for the 10th time in a row because I didn't spend 20 minutes of my life on that game. Now, in my opinion, mobility this season is rough. Yes, I love the new jetpacks. However, there are no vehicles. Yes, you can now drive the reboot van, and that's phenomenal until you realize they have no gas in them. So it's basically like you can get a little ways, but you can't get very far. And going back to my previous topic, you are constantly running from the storm, so not having mobility really frustrated me in my first few games. The weapons this season, in my opinion, feel a little basic, except for the lightning arc gun. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that right. But my OP weapon is definitely the lightning arc gun. I said it wrong again. I'm gonna get it. Except for the arc lightning gun. Did I say that right? Finally. This gun to me is a little OP, but not in a bad way. Now, the other assault rifle I'm really enjoying is the Deadeye assault rifle. Overall though, I think the weapons are pretty basic and I don't have too much to complain about them because they've been nice. Again, I'll throw out there, I do really enjoy the jetpack. I think it's a nice movement for very short areas. The next thing, the medallions. I'm not gonna pretend to know very much about the boss medallions because I don't. I just know they're really good because I've died to them a lot. Take that for what it's worth. The battle pass, the confusion that I mentioned a little bit earlier. I have come up with a really good analogy that I personally like is instead of the battle pass feeling like a ladder or a line that you need to progressively move up, it now feels like a buffet style. You're paying your entry fee to get in to the battle pass buffet, but if you want to go to dessert first, you totally can. There are problematic areas within that because it kind of defeats the progression of a line. However, when you get the battle pass for one thing, you're gonna make sure you get that one thing. So, for people who are not as heavily into the grind, this is an upgrade. If you enjoy the grind and you enjoy the prestige of having like the Megazord or whatever it's called that was whatever, you're not gonna get that prestige anymore because again, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. You're getting what you pay for. I think this goes without saying, whenever a new Fortnite season comes out, it's gonna be sweaty for a little bit. This season feels extra sweaty because I feel like the sweats never left The Simpsons because it was so short. So I think it's gonna be a little bit longer until the sweats die, and maybe they're enjoying this season as well and it'll stick. So that is a struggle. I think the biggest struggle for the start of this season has been the exclusion of the extra game modes such as Blitz, Reload, anything like that, because we're all stuck in one server, especially if you're like me and don't build. But the sweat factor is definitely there right now. You're probably gonna get your butt kicked. If you're like me, you're gonna end up in 4th every single round. It's fine. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts, your first impressions. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how you like this season. And for the heck of it, throw your favorite season down below. I've not been playing Fortnite for long enough to say my opinion really counts for my favorite season, but I love to hear other people's favorite seasons, why they love them, and how the new seasons stack up to those favorite ones. I definitely have enjoyed this season, just starting off more than previous seasons, but it hasn't wowed me quite yet, but I think we could get there. There's a lot of potential, there's a lot of hope there, and for the love of everything, picking up these bus parts better mean something.